The Supreme Mythological Emperor defeated all his enemies.
Chapter 13. The Innate Righteousness. Are you saying that besides innate righteousness, there are other types of Che in the world? Chin Jun asked excitedly, while Tran Jam and Tran Thurle were still arguing with Trinket. That's right, these Che are collectively called sacred Che. They were created by our ancestors who reached the Great Low Realm. Their descendants may inherit this sacred Che. Sacred Che, Great Low Realm. Chin Chun's eyes widened. This was a lot of information to take in. Just as he was about to ask more questions, the system interrupted him, saying, "The host does not have the authority to access this information. Even if you ask, I won't answer. I can only tell you that the appearance of sacred Che is extremely rare. If the host can recruit Tran Thurle, the chances of the Kinue Kingdom becoming an empire will increase significantly." Empire. Chin Chun's eyes lit up. System. Is an empire the highest level of a kingdom? Chin Jun continued to ask. That's right. Once a kingdom becomes an empire, it will have national fortune. National fortune is related to the survival of a nation and can even affect natural disasters. Above empires are saintly empires, but that is far beyond the host's current reach. The conditions for a kingdom to become an empire are extremely harsh, the system patiently explained. Meanwhile, Trinket sneered. Do you really think the City Lord can cover for you? Today, I'm going to take you with me. And even if the City Lord wants you back, he won't be able to. You, shut up. Tran Jam trembled with anger, her face flushed. Tran Thurle tried to fight back but was no match for Trinket. Just as Tran Thurle was about to fall, a strong arm caught him. It was Chin Jun. Thank you, Tran Thurle said weakly. Don't be impulsive, Chin Jun said, stopping Tran Thurle from attacking again. Trinket and his two bodyguards looked at Chin Jun with surprise. Are you a guard from the Imperial Palace? Trinket asked cautiously. The guards of the Imperial Palace were very powerful, and even the City Lord would not dare to offend them. It doesn't matter who I am, just let them go, Chin Jun said calmly. Trinket hesitated for a moment, then nodded. He didn't want to cause trouble for himself. The crowd was amazed. They didn't know who Chin Jun was, but they knew that he was someone important. You're so kind, Tran Jam said to Chin Jun. She had a good impression of him. I'm just doing what's right, Chin Jun replied. Then, Chin Jun turned to Tran Thurle and said, Are you interested in working with me? Tran Thurle was surprised. He didn't expect Chin Jun to invite him to join him. What do you mean? Tran Thurle asked. I think you have great potential. If you're willing, I can help you achieve your goals, Chin Jun said. Tran Thurle was hesitant. He had always dreamed of becoming a high-ranking official, but he knew that it would be difficult to achieve his goal. I'll think about it, Tran Thurle said finally. Chin Jun nodded. He knew that he couldn't force Tran Thurle to make a decision. As they walked away, Chin Jun couldn't help but smile. He had found a talented young man who could help him achieve his goals. Chapter 14. The Innate Righteousness. Are you saying that besides innate righteousness, there are other types of Che in the world? Chin Jun asked excitedly, while Tran Jam and Tran Thurle were still arguing with Trinket. That's right, these Che are collectively called sacred Che. They were created by our ancestors who reached the Great Low Realm. Their descendants may inherit this sacred Che. Sacred Che, Great Low Realm. Chin Chun's eyes widened. This was a lot of information to take in. Just as he was about to ask more questions, the system interrupted him, saying, The host does not have the authority to access this information. Even if you ask, I won't answer. I can only tell you that the appearance of sacred Che is extremely rare. If the host can recruit Tran Thurle, the chances of the Kinue Kingdom becoming an empire will increase significantly. Empire. Chin Chun's eyes lit up. System. Is an empire the highest level of a kingdom? Chin Jun continued to ask. That's right. Once a kingdom becomes an empire, it will have national fortune. National fortune is related to the survival of a nation and can even affect natural disasters. Above empires are saintly empires, but that is far beyond the host's current reach. The conditions for a kingdom to become an empire are extremely harsh, the system patiently explained. Meanwhile, Trinket sneered. Do you really think the City Lord can cover for you? Today, I'm going to take you with me, and even if the City Lord wants you back, he won't be able to. You, shut up. Tran Jam trembled with anger, her face flushed. Tranferle tried to fight back but was no match for Trinket. Just as Tranferle was about to fall, a strong arm caught him. It was Chinjun. "Thank you," Tranferle said weakly. "Don't be impulsive," Chinjun said, stopping Tranferle from attacking again. Trinket and his two bodyguards looked at Chinjun with surprise. "Are you a guard from the Imperial Palace?" Trinket asked cautiously. The guards of the Imperial Palace were very powerful, and even the city lord would not dare to offend them. "It doesn't matter who I am, just let them go," Chinjun said calmly. Trinket hesitated for a moment, then nodded. He didn't want to cause trouble for himself. The crowd was amazed. They didn't know who Chinjun was, but they knew that he was someone important. "You're so kind," Trandiam said to Chinjun. She had a good impression of him. "I'm just doing what's right," Chinjun replied. Then, Chinjun turned to Tranferle and said, "Are you interested in working with me?" Tranferle was surprised. He didn't expect Chinjun to invite him to join him. "What do you mean?" Tranferle asked. "I think you have great potential. If you're willing, I can help you achieve your goals," Chinjun said. Tranferle was hesitant. He had always dreamed of becoming a high-ranking official, but he knew that it would be difficult to achieve his goal. "I'll think about it," Tranferle said finally. Chinjun nodded. He knew that he couldn't force Tranferle to make a decision. As they walked away, Chinjun couldn't help but smile. He had found a talented young man who could help him achieve his goals. Chapter 15. The Cultivator of the Demon Dao. "I can't reveal his name or identity. My second brother said that we must keep it a secret, including you. He also said that this is an opportunity for our Tran family to rise." Tran Jiam shook her head, her face filled with curiosity. Tranferle and Chin Chun's conversation had only been partially understood by her. First, Chin Chun's identity was a secret. Second, Chinjun had a subordinate who was even stronger than a golden core cultivator. Just the second point was enough for the Tran family to cling to Chinjun. Tran Trian King frowned after hearing this. He didn't speak, but fell into deep thought, and the atmosphere in the hall became heavy. Tran Jian didn't like this atmosphere, so she quickly said, "I'm going to rest." Today, her plan to leave home was ruined. Tran Trian King ignored his impulsive daughter. He murmured to himself, "Ferle is a wise young man. If he says so, then there must be a reason." Since Tranferle was an illegitimate child, he was neglected by his stepmother. However, Tran Trian King still cared for him and secretly provided him with information about the royal court. In the Kenue Kingdom, there were more than just cultivators. "All right, let's do as he says." Tran Trian King sighed. He preferred Tranferle to his other son. The Cheng family ... double quotes. Tran Trian King's eyes turned cold and the teacup in his hand trembled ... The next day, Chinjun was awakened by the sunlight. He got up and went to wash his face. "Heavenly Hound, wake up," Chinjun said to the sleeping dog. The Heavenly Hound opened one eye and glanced at Chinjun lazily. After washing his face, Chinjun went to Dodgy and Shong Qianshan's room. "Dodgy, it's time to get up," Chinjun said. "I know," Dodgy replied lazily. As for Shong Hao, Chinjun didn't bother to wake him up. Just as Chinjun was walking downstairs, a handsome young man in white clothes came down the stairs. He had delicate features and a noble aura. Chinjun had never seen him before. "There's demonic energy on him," the Heavenly Hound said in Chin Chun's mind. Demonic energy. Chin Chun's expression changed. Cultivators were divided into two main groups, the righteous and the demonic. The demonic cultivators were known for their cruelty and ruthlessness. It was rare to see a demonic cultivator in the Kenue Kingdom, which was a righteous kingdom. The handsome young man glanced at Chinjun and then continued walking. Chinjun followed him with his eyes. The young man sat down at a table and ordered some food. Chinjun sat down at another table and ordered some food as well. Soon, Trinket and his men arrived. They were looking for Chinjun. "There you are," Trinket shouted. Chinjun looked at him calmly. "You're dead," Trinket said angrily. "Who do you think you are?" Chinjun asked. "I'm the son of the Cheng family, the most powerful family in this city," Trinket said proudly. "I don't care who you are." "Get lost," Chinjun said. Trinket was furious. He ordered his men to attack Chinjun. Just as the fight was about to begin, the young man in white robes stood up and said, "I'll deal with him." Chapter 16. exterminating the root. You're not impressed, Trinkeet sneered. He was not very talented in cultivation, so he relied on pills to improve his strength. He underestimated Chin Jun and his group. Young master, they don't seem easy to deal with, one of his servants whispered. Not easy to deal with? In Thandan City, who can't I deal with? Trinkeet snorted. He was arrogant and believed that the Cheng family was invincible in this city. However, Shonghao easily defeated Trinkeet's men. This shocked everyone present. Well done, haha, I've always wanted to see the Cheng family fall. Shh, keep your voice down. Don't let the Cheng family hear you. Trinkeet was furious. He ordered his men to attack Shonghao. Shonghao easily defeated all of Trinkeet's men. I'll get you for this, Trinkeet shouted. Chin Jun ignored him and continued eating his breakfast. Meanwhile, the system gave Chin Jun a new mission: to kill Trinkeet and destroy the Cheng family. The system explained that the Cheng family was a wicked family and that their destruction would benefit the people. Chin Jun decided to accept the mission. He knew that the Cheng family had to be eliminated. Chapter 17. Arrogant and ungrateful. What? Destroy the Cheng family? Shang Qianshan and Shonghao were shocked and looked at Chin Jun in disbelief. With Dodgy and the Heavenly Hound on their side, they didn't doubt Chin Chan's ability to do so. However, they were a bit surprised by his decision, especially since Trinkeet had only offended him. Haha, why not? I don't like people who dare to provoke my master, Dodgy said seductively, licking her lips. The Heavenly Hound didn't say anything, but it let out a low growl. Shang Qianshan and Shonghao were speechless. They could only feel sorry for Trinkeet and the Cheng family. The location of the Cheng family's manor was easy to find. Chin Jun, Dodgy, and the Heavenly Hound went straight there. The manor was heavily guarded, but Chin Jun and his group easily broke through the gates. Stop, trespassers will be punished, shouted one of the guards. Chin Jun ignored him and continued walking. The guard attacked Chin Jun, but Chin Jun easily defeated him with a single kick. The other guards were too scared to attack. Chin Jun then kicked down the main gate of the manor. You dare to trespass on the Cheng family's property, shouted Trinkeet. Chin Jun ignored him and continued walking. Suddenly, a powerful cultivator appeared from inside the manor. He attacked Chin Jun, but Chin Jun was too fast for him. Chin Jun dodged the attack and then shot the cultivator in the head with his gun. All the guards were terrified. They had never seen anything like this before. Chin Jun and his group then proceeded to destroy the Cheng family.
Chapter 18. A storm is brewing. Ding! Killing a level 3 core formation cultivator, you have gained 325 experience points. Din Jun sneered. So few experience points for killing a level 3 core formation cultivator. Looks like leveling up won't be as easy as I thought. He could have easily taken Dodgy and the Heavenly Hound to hunt down powerful golden core or nascent soul cultivators, but to gain experience, he first had to provoke his enemies. What should we do now? He killed the young master and the elder. We're no match for them. What else can we do? Of course, we wait for the master to take action himself. I think the Cheng family has bitten off more than they can chew. Let's just watch and see what happens. The surrounding cultivators were discussing in low voices. Most of them were guests invited by the Cheng family and had no real loyalty to the family. Din Jun and his group continued to advance. At the main gate, a large crowd had gathered. From their vantage point, they could clearly see the bodies of Cheng Ji and the middle-aged cultivator. Cheng Ji was well known in Qingdan City, and people were now openly discussing his death. The news of the incident spread rapidly throughout the city, causing a stir. At the city lord's mansion, Tran Trian Kim was shocked to hear that Cheng Ji and one of his elders had been killed. He asked the informant, "What? Someone caused trouble at the Cheng family residence and even killed Cheng Ji?" "Yes, and one of the Cheng family elders was also killed. The perpetrators were 2 men, 2 women, and a black dog," the informant replied, his face full of shock and disbelief. Trandula, standing beside Tran Trian Kim, was excited. "Father, they are the ones who saved me yesterday." Trandula didn't doubt the story for a moment. A cultivator who could easily defeat Xia Hu and could certainly destroy the Cheng family. "Father, let's release all the evidence we've gathered against the Cheng family," Trandula said, trying to suppress his excitement. "Why?" Tran Trian Kim asked, puzzled. "Because he is the 3rd prince, Din Jun." Trandula smiled coldly, his expression full of scheming. His words made Tran and Keem's eyes widen in shock. No good! Master, something terrible has happened. A servant burst into Chang Chen's cultivation chamber, interrupting his meditation. What's the matter? Why are you so flustered? Chang Chen demanded, his voice filled with irritation. Someone attacked our manor and killed the young master and the fourth elder. What did you say? Chang Chen jumped to his feet, furious. His son had been killed, and he was determined to avenge him. Where are they? Chang Chen demanded, not caring about the reasons behind the attack. He would make them pay for what they had done. They're heading this way. With a roar, Chang Chen stormed out of the room, knocking the servant to the ground. Meanwhile, Qin Jun and his group walked confidently towards the Cheng family manor, followed by a dozen guest cultivators and over 100 family members who dared not make a move. What a bunch of cowards! Shang Chongqian sneered, her face full of excitement. She had never witnessed such a thrilling scene before. Shang Hao remained silent, but his eyes were fixed on Qin Jun. He realized that he couldn't fathom Qin Jun anymore and began to regret crossing him. If Qin Jun knew what Shang Hao was thinking, he would have protested. It wasn't that he was cruel. The Cheng family had brought this upon themselves by provoking him. The cultivators and Cheng family members who had opposed them were already dead. Let's leave the remaining enemies for me to deal with, Qin Jun told Daji. The Heavenly Hound was too powerful for such a small task. Qin Jun was a little worried about summoning the Monkey King. Would he obey his orders? But he really wanted to summon his favorite character. Who killed my son? Suddenly, a furious roar echoed from the front courtyard. Cheng Chen stood on top of the courtyard, his eyes filled with rage. His powerful aura, that of a level 4 core formation cultivator, made Shang Hao and Shang Chongqian tremble. Qin Jun narrowed his eyes. Although he was also a level 4 core formation cultivator, he could feel a significant difference between him and Chang Chen. The Cheng family has committed countless evil deeds. Today, you will pay the price. Qin Jun shouted. Enraged, Chang Chen leaped towards Qin Jun. His hand transformed into a claw, and it glowed with a green light. So that's magic, Qin Jun thought, impressed. He was only at the core formation stage and didn't possess such abilities. Daji stepped in front of Qin Jun, her eyes filled with contempt. Chang Chen was furious to see a beautiful woman dare to stop him. He attacked, but Daji easily deflected his attack with a wave of her hand. With a powerful gust of wind, Chang Chen was sent flying into the air. Daji then fired 2 energy beams at him, piercing his shoulders. Chang Chen screamed in agony as he crashed to the ground. Qin Jun smiled and pulled out his Desert Eagle. Chapter 19, Accidental Injury. Who am I? Qin Jun smirked, a mysterious glint in his eyes. Turning to Chang Chen, he said, I am Qin Jun, the 3rd prince of the Qin Kingdom. Boom! Lying on the ground, Chang Chen felt his mind go blank. He stared at Qin Jun in disbelief, his heart filled with despair. It was over. The Cheng family was finished. Now that he knew Qin Jun's identity, he realized that the Cheng family had committed countless atrocities and had been living on borrowed time. No, it can't be. The 3rd prince has been stripped of his title. Chang Chen suddenly remembered a recent piece of news. Before he could finish his sentence, a gunshot rang out, piercing his head. Chang Chen, the head of the Cheng family in Qingdan City, was dead. Ding! Killing a level 4 core formation cultivator, Chang Chen, you have gained 499 experience points. Ding! Completing the sub-quest, Exterminate the Root-Killing Chang Chen, you have gained 2,000 experience points. 2 system notifications sounded, and Qin Jun felt a surge of excitement. He was so close to leveling up. The surrounding guest cultivators and Cheng family members were shocked to see Chang Chen dead. Run! One of the guest cultivators shouted, and they all fled the scene. The Cheng family members also scattered in all directions. Ding! Killing a level 8 key refinement cultivator, you have gained 81 experience points. Ding! Killing a level 6 key refinement cultivator, you have gained 65 experience points. Ding! Congratulations, host, you have advanced to level 5 core formation. Qin Jun laughed triumphantly. He looked at the fleeing Cheng family members and shouted, anyone who resists will be killed. Your master is no match for us, so don't even think about it. You have 10 breaths to escape. The Cheng family members immediately fled in panic. Outside the manor, a large crowd had gathered. When they heard the news of Chang Chen's death, they were both shocked and excited. The Cheng family has finally met their match. The Cheng family is finished. The people cheered. Qin Jun turned to Daji and said, "Can you destroy the entire manor?" "Of course," Daji replied, "but you should leave first to avoid getting hurt." Qin Jun nodded and left with Shang Chongqian and Shang Hao. As they left, Shang Chongqian accidentally touched Qin Jun's chest. Chapter 20. Farewell to the third prince. The city lord is here. A voice came from behind the crowd outside the Cheng family manor, causing the people to make way. Immediately after, Tran Trian Keem, accompanied by his soldiers, strode forward. Behind him were three young men and women, two of whom were clearly Tran Dula and Tran Yuan. The other young man was Tran Trian Keem's eldest son, Tran Hun. Although he had ordinary features, he had a strong and imposing figure, and his eyebrows revealed a hint of arrogance. "Ha! The Cheng family has finally met their end," Tran Hun sneered, looking at the fleeing Cheng family members. The Cheng family members were so terrified of Tran Trian Keem that they disappeared into the crowd. Everyone in Qingdan City knew about the long-standing feud between the Cheng family and the city lord's family. They didn't believe that Tran Trian Keem would miss this opportunity. "They're so powerful," Tran Diwim exclaimed, referring to Qin Jun and his group. In just one day, they had destroyed the most powerful family in the city. This was the power of a true cultivator. Especially when she thought of Daji's stunning beauty, her desire to cultivate grew even stronger. "Yes, it seems like the kingdom is about to change." Trandula nodded thoughtfully. Anyone who could easily defeat Xiaohu and was undoubtedly one of the strongest in the kingdom. With Daji on his side, Qin Jun could easily rival the fifth prince in the capital. After talking to Qin Jun last night, Trandula was deeply impressed by his knowledge and wisdom. He believed that Qin Jun was destined to become a great emperor. If Qin Jun knew what Trandula was thinking, he would have laughed. Qin Jun was just a college graduate in his previous life. If Qin Jun had transmigrated during his high school years, he would have been even less impressive. As they were discussing, Qin Jun and his group walked out. The crowd turned to look at them. "Greetings to the third prince." Trandula knelt down, and the crowd followed suit. The people were shocked to learn that Qin Jun was the third prince. Tran Trian Keem also knelt down and said, "Your servant pays his respects to the third prince. Congratulations on eliminating the scourge of the Cheng family from Qingdan City." The crowd was in awe. "The third prince has not been banished after all," Tran Thin murmured to herself. Qin Jun ignored them and turned to Tran Trian Keem, saying, "You arrived just in time. The Cheng family has committed countless evil deeds, and I have eliminated them." Then, Trandula began to list the crimes committed by the Cheng family. The crowd was filled with anger and hatred. Qin Jun was silent. The Cheng family was truly evil. Suddenly, a loud explosion shook the ground. A huge mushroom cloud rose from the ruins of the Cheng family manor. The people were amazed. Daji and the Heavenly Hound had destroyed the entire manor. "It's so beautiful," Daji said, looking at the destruction she had caused. Qin Jun nodded. He had finally completed his mission. Chapter 21. Selfless Dedication. Hearing the joyful cheers of the people behind him, Tan Quan couldn't help but feel a little emotional. It seemed that he must climb to the imperial throne and command the kingdom towards peace and prosperity. Although he is not a saintly mother with a violent spirit of justice, he cannot let the common people live in an environment of hot water and fire, because in his previous life, he was also an ordinary person. "I didn't expect you to be the third prince. Is it true or false?" On the way, Thong Thin Kian asked this question several times. Thong Hao also looked at Qin Quan with difficulty. If Qin Quan was really a prince, he would not dare to take revenge anymore. "Of course, it's true," Tan Quan replied angrily. After all, now that his identity had been announced, he was no longer afraid of being known by Thong Thin. "Aren't you dismissed?" Thong Thin blinked and asked, "According to the kingdom's laws, the prince who broke the law was treated as a commoner, and now Qin Quan's status was no longer a prince." Thong Hao's eyes immediately lit up. "That's right, this guy has been demoted. He is not a prince at all now, just a prisoner who has to go to the frontier to do hard work." Damn it! A prisoner dares to be so arrogant. Thong Hao's thoughts filled his heart. He bowed his head and began to consider how to silence Tan Quan. "You just wait and see." Tan Quan smiled disdainfully and brought Ha Hao's head back. His generous father probably wouldn't make things difficult for him again. If things are still as they are, there's no way to calm them down. Then don't blame him for being rude. Having Dak Kai and Hao Thin Kuyen, You really dared to fight against the entire Canuyat kingdom. A group of people quickly walked out of Thandan Citadel, leaving the west gate of the citadel. Kin Quan and others also discovered that the soldiers defending the citadel had all disappeared, recalling Trandula's previous statement that the Trin family was a rapist, forced to collect the Effies for entering and exiting the city. So the soldiers guarding the city gates were all from the Trin family. Now that the Trin family has fallen, those soldiers immediately fled after hearing the news. Because there was only less than 2 days of travel with Zhu and Lingzon, a group of people increased their speed and tried to catch up tonight. Although he really wanted to immediately carry out the skill inheritance, with Thong Thin Thin and Thong Hao by his side, his hands and feet were constrained. Mythology system was his biggest trump card to establish himself absolutely. Something that cannot be revealed, even to the most intimate person. Sunset, Thandan Citadel, in the Citadel Lord's Palace. Father, I want to cultivate immortality. This time I am determined. So touching Tran Dum said enthusiastically to Tran Trien Keen. At this moment, Tran Trien Keen was discussing with Trandula the next management policy of Thandan Citadel. Although Trandula had poor talent in refining weapons, he had extremely high talent in politics. From the age of 14, he began to devise plans for Tran Trien Keen. Of course, all of this only a few people knew. Tomorrow I will invite a monk to teach you. Tran Trien Keen did not even raise his head to speak. At this moment, his heart was already angry. The great enemy of the Trin family had fallen, and Dan City was once again under his control. He could not wait to make a move. The fee is gone. No, I want to worship the 3 great sects. Tran Dum spoke urgently. 3 great sects. Tran Trien Keen raised his head to look at her, his thick eyebrows wrinkled very tightly. That's right, in the kingdom there are only 3 great sects that are the strongest. I want to go there to learn true magic. Tran Dum spoke sincerely. In her mind, she couldn't help but recall the voices and appearances of Kin Quan's group. While talking and laughing, Dan Dan, the evil tyrant of the Trin family, disappeared into thin air. She really wants to have their strength and freedom. Tran Trien Keen was about to open his mouth to protest. Trandula suddenly spoke up and said, "Let her go. This world is still a world of monks after all. The Tran family wants to be a true concubine. Definitely, there must be a super powerful monk to guard it, like a young master." What he said, young master, naturally refers to Ten Quan. Kin Quan only relied on Dak Kai and Hao Thin Quyen to be able to do everything without hesitation. But the 3 great sects, Tran Trien Keen hesitated and said, in the Canuyat kingdom, wanting to worship the 3 great sects is very difficult. Not only do you need to have qualifications, but you also have to have family power. Standing in front of the 3 great sects, he did not want to stand under them. But if you do that, it will easily anger the royal family. Not to mention that we must go to the 3 major sects. Little sister can still go there, and big brother can also follow. Trandula smiled mysteriously. Tran Trien Keen first frowned. Immediately, a look of surprise appeared on his face. That place is indeed much stronger than the 3 major sects, but it doesn't have so many rules. It's just that it doesn't belong there. Chapter 22, 36 Changes in Thin Quang. Senior brother Thong Hao and Master Thin Thin are returning. When did the clans leave? Wow, that woman is so beautiful. Why is there still a crane box following up the mountain? Who is this person who is talking with senior sister Thin? Jealous. How dare you stand next to my goddess? It's definitely not simple. The aura on your body is really strong. It could be the Foundation realm. Reading along the stone road up, on the way, disciples of Haiyan Lin sect encountered a cloud of Kin Quan's lively suggestions. Regarding this, Thong Thin Thin was the girl's eyes, still talking and laughing with Tan Quan. On the contrary, Thong Hao felt extremely embarrassed. As you can see, Thong Thin Thin was originally going to marry Fire, but now she's talking and laughing with another guy, and she feels like the fat man has been trampled to nothing. In fact, the surrounding disciples did not pay attention to the warriors, nor did anyone admit that the 2 warriors were a match made by heaven and earth. As a male disciple of Haiyan Lin sect, which one is not the dream of marrying Thong Thin Thin? As Kin Quan walked, he assessed the surrounding environment. The Haiyan Lin sect's building was very grand and very similar to the Hoa Ha Taoist temple, but the area was larger. The exterior was more magnificent, and the atmosphere was still rich. Filled with roses, it makes people feel refreshed. As the night approaches, lanterns are lit on both sides of the stone, making the view become illusory and bloody. The above situation alone is enough to be more beautiful than any other beautiful scene on Earth, especially the stone floor of that waterfall that looks like a Milky Way from the top to the bottom of the mountain. Extremely magnificent. Invite a powerful disciple to step on the waterfall and flow up, a good set of fairy regalia. Kin Kwan's previous incarnation had mentioned in his memory that this world, according to Tan Kwan's guess, this whole mountain is at least 2,000 or 3,000 meters high. On Earth, at this altitude there should be snow, but the mountains here don't have it. Standing at the foot of the mountain looking up, there was absolutely no sign of Snow White. They are my friends. Open a hospital for them and let them stay here temporarily. Thong Theen, like a big sister, walked up to the deacons and banged on the table and shouted. Hearing the deacons' mouths, they couldn't help but twitch. Why did this little overlord come back? Even though Thong Theen was the daughter of the sect leader, they could not directly let Kin Kwan and the others stay, especially since Kin Kwan was still wearing the clothes of the Forbidden Guard. Which family are you from? A long-bearded deacon frowned and asked. Kin Kwan had only been able to count on the fingers of a finger when he had cultivated to the foundation stage. Looking at Dak Kai again, the long-bearded deacon's eyes were startled, but fortunately he had still explored the earthly world. Simply put, he had the heart but not enough strength, so his eyes quickly turned away. As for Hao Thien Quyen, he was directly ignored. It's not convenient to reveal it. Tan Kwan smiled on the outside but did not laugh out loud on the inside. Hearing that, the deacons couldn't help but frown. At this moment, Thong Hao opened his mouth. This time, my younger sister and I encountered a dangerous situation when we went out. It was thanks to them helping us that we were able to stay safe. Go back. Don't worry, they'll only stay for one night, and we still have something to discuss with the master. I hope the elders will let them stay first. Great happiness, no arrogance, no inferiority. Tan Kwan still couldn't help but pout. Thong Hao's words seemed to be protecting him, actually implying that the deacons only allowed Tan Kwan and the others to stay for one night. Thong Hao is the sect mask. The long-bearded deacon nodded and said, then turned around, only to see that inside the high cabinet behind him were several hundred small drawers. Each small drawer had written notes. The long-bearded deacon pulled out a drawer and from inside produced a string of keys. Tiu Chu, lead them away, the long-bearded deacon said to a disciple next to him who was sweeping the trash. You guys stay first. I'll come find you tomorrow morning. Thong Thien smiled at the beautiful Tan Kwan. Tan Kwan, of course, would not refute. He could not wait to pass on the skill. Just like that, Tan Kwan, Dak Kai, and Hao Thien Quyen, led by a teenager named Tiu Chu, headed towards a quiet road next to them. Thong Thien and Thong Hao continued to walk towards the top of the mountain. Having encountered so many things outside, Thong Thien immediately had a large bundle of bitter juice that she wanted to share with her father. After entering a private courtyard, Tiu Chu quickly left after giving the key to Tan Kwan, clearly an embarrassed teenager. Dak Kai, why don't you sleep in the same place with me tonight? I don't dare sleep alone. Tan Kwan smiled darkly and said, there are 8 rooms in the mansion, and there is absolutely no problem for 2 people and a dog to stay. You have Hao Thien Quyen as your companion. Dak Kai dropped his charming eyes and smiled charmingly. While talking, he turned around and walked into the living room. Tan Kwan was about to follow, but she immediately closed the door. Tan Kwan couldn't help but pout. Of course, he didn't pay any attention. Tonight, he came to perform the inheritance skill. Naturally, it was impossible for others to be in the same room with him. Even Hao Thien Quyen was invited by him to another living room. After closing the door, Tan Kwan immediately sat cross-legged on the bed. As expected of Haiyan Lin Tong, the living room was much more comfortable than the hotel in Dan City. System, I want to start to inheritance skills. Tan Kwan tried to suppress the excitement in his heart and said, tonight he wants to turn around. Currently conducting the first inheritance skill opportunity. A special reminder, most of the skill techniques come from Chinese mythological characters, magic, and magical powers. Some are strong and some are weak, but the level of martial arts and magic from bottom to top is divided into mortal product, spiritual product, earth product, heavenly product, immortal product, divine product, holy product. Each level is divided into lower class, middle class, and upper class 3 levels. Divine powers do not have specific levels, Is it a random starting skill inheritance? Tan Quan silently reported this news, then said, yes, 7012 changes of hell. External body incarnate. 1 key transforms into 3 Than. Tan Quan's mind began to display famous magical powers from his previous life's memories. What impressed him the most was that Sun Wukong's magical powers only needed to pull out a handful of his pharynx, and all of them would turn into vassals, which was even more powerful than Naruto's shadow clone technique. Ding! Congratulations to the Parasite Master for extracting the magical power of Thien Bong Martial Thien Quang 36 transformations. Thien Bong Martial? The most famous second senior brother, True Ka. Damn it, it's been so hard to get 7 and 12 transformations. Qin Jun's face immediately became ugly. Pigsy's performance in Journey to the West was like a dumb ass. Now start the Thien Quang 36 transformations inheritance skill. The system's hard-sounding reminder came. For a moment, Tan Quan didn't have time to react. He only felt a sharp pain in his brain. Then an unimaginably large memory flooded in his head. Oh, Qin Jun's consciousness instantly fell into emptiness. At the same time, his previous incarnation learned the middle grade key refining artifact technique and began to circulate automatically, and the surrounding aura also began to go crazy, poured into his body. Chapter 23, Zuan Ling Sect's Shock. 36 transformations become Heavenly Gang number. 72 transformations become Earthly Gang number. The 36 transformations of Heavenly Gang are not just transformation techniques, but also include 36 other magical abilities. In order they are Ot Ton Tao, Din Yin Yang, Di Tin Hon Do, Hoi Thien Fan Not, Ho Fong Hon Vu, Chan Sun Ham Dia, Jiap Van Thang Van, Hoch Jiang Than Luke, Tung Dia Kim Quan, Fin Jiang Jiao Hai, Shen Dia Than Gang, and Yuhan Dai Dun, Luke Jiap Kui Mon, True Khan, Tien Sun Ditch Thatch, Kasuk Sich, Phi Then Tuk Ti, Q Then, Dao Zuat Nuyen Duom, Tame Long Tam Hok, Replenish Heaven and Desire Sun, Twa Sun Dean Hai, Chen Thatch Toa Kim, Chen Chan Vo Van, Kong Tam Tiu, Dai Tiu Nu, Hoa Hon Ka, Du Then En Yuki, Qua Vien Dong Thien, Hoi Fong, Chuang Fong Van, Chuang Van and Yu, Teep Do Thap Bin, Din Do That Tien. Every type of divine ability is vast and profound. If one can completely master it, then one can truly be called a god. The Heavenly Peng Marshal in Journey to the West is actually a heavenly general who controls 100,000 heavenly soldiers, a great power among gods. It was only because he violated the laws of heaven that he was demoted to a pig, and then his strength greatly decreased. At least Qin Jun himself did not believe that Zhu Baji in Journey to the West had the ability to control 100,000 heavenly soldiers and generals, and could easily capture any monster he encountered. In Qin Jun's opinion, either he was hiding his ignorance, or after he transformed into a pig, his strength greatly decreased. Fortunately, the system extracted the Heavenly Gang 36 transformations of the Heavenly Peng Marshal. If it were Zhu Wuneng's, then Qin Jun would definitely cry to death. Boom boom! The night below, in the sky above the Zuan Ling sect, thunderclouds were condensing piece by piece. The lightning like a dragon like a python broke through the clouds, floating down. The disciples were shocked to open their eyes, leaving the state of practicing. In a palace inside the Zuan Ling sect, Chang Qian, who was lecturing with her father outside, was also scared to jump up from the spot. Even Chang Hao was scared to the point of shaking his whole body. The thunder just now was really too frightening. What happened? Chang Qian and her father Chang Tian Yu stood up smoothly. He was wearing a white robe, although his figure was not handsome, but he exuded a kind of calm temperament like a mountain. The hair bun beside his ears had a few faint gray patches, making him even more revealing the mature charm of a man. How come there was a sudden lightning strike? Chang Hao frowned and asked. The Zuan Ling sect had a great protective formation. For several decades, he had not encountered a lightning attack. Unless someone in the Zuan Ling sect is overcoming a tribulation. What is called overcoming a tribulation? Key refining and immortal cultivation is an act of defying the heavens. The heavenly Tao. At the moment a cultivator breaks through will trigger a heavenly tribulation, wanting to stop a cultivator. Once he tries to break through, the heavenly Tao will tacitly acknowledge your existence. And cultivators from the Golden Core realm and above, every time they break through a great realm, they will trigger a heavenly tribulation. In the Zuan Ling sect, there are less than 10 golden core realm powerhouses. Could it be that there is a core disciple who has broken through to the golden core realm? Chang Tianyu immediately became excited. He hurriedly headed out of the main hall. Chang Qian, and Chang Hao also followed closely behind. Not only did they think so, but even the entire sect's disciples also speculated the same. There is someone breaking through to the golden core realm again. Who is it? Senior sister Zhang or senior brother Zhuo? It must be Zhuo Junji. Senior brother Zhuo has been stuck at the 9th level of the Foundation Establishment realm for more than a year or two. It seems that this time he will break through in one fell swoop. Wow, this heavenly tribulation is even more terrifying than Elder Li's breakthrough a few decades ago. The thunderclouds occupying the sky above the Zuan Ling sect continuously rolled. Each terrifying lightning bolt clashed. The terrifying world-destroying aura spread out, causing all the Zuan Ling sect disciples to feel fear. In front of such a heavenly tribulation, the Zuan Ling sect seemed like it would be destroyed at any moment. Quickly let someone activate the formation. Chang Tianyu's face changed in alarm, and the elders who came out from the side of the pavilion also hurriedly flew towards the mountaintop. Qin Jun didn't know that he had drawn out the divine ability of the 36 transformations of Heavenly Gang, which had caused the entire Zuan Ling sect to be in a panic. However, fortunately, the Zuan Ling sect had a formation that would help him block the heavenly tribulation. Divine abilities were not like cultivation methods or magic, because they were attached to a divine character, so it could be thought that no matter how strong they were, the heavenly Tao would not allow them to easily grow. On the other side, at Qin Jun's villa, Da Ji and Hao Tianquan stood in front of Qin Jun's living room. Silent. Young master is comprehending divine abilities. After a long while, Hao Tianquan took the lead to break this silent atmosphere, only his voice was a little trembling. Qin Jun was only 16 years old this year, at the 5th level of the Foundation Establishment realm, yet he was able to comprehend divine abilities. For Hao Tianquan, who had lived for who knows how many years, it was truly an unbelievable thing. Daji frowned and said, "And it's also an extraordinary divine ability." She could feel Qin Jun in the room transmitting an aura that made her, as a void transformation realm expert, her heart beat faster. The Heavenly Gang 36 transformations, even in Journey to the West, was one of the few great divine abilities. Those who possessed it were all great gods in the world, such as Marshal Tianpeng, Erlang Shen, etc. The 36 types of divine abilities were completely engraved in Qin Jun's mind. Even though he had learned them, because his cultivation was too low, at most he could only continuously use 2 types of divine abilities before his spiritual power was exhausted, and the power that struck would not be earth-shattering. Indeed, the foundation of cultivation was the most important. Qin Jun slowly opened his eyes. 2 rays of starlight shot out from his eyes. In the pitch-black room, it was extremely intimidating. Rumble. Outside the window came the sound of thunder, but it didn't scare him. He was just a little confused. How could there be a sudden lightning strike? He really didn't know. The entire Zuan Ling sect was suffering because of him leading the heavenly tribulation. System, continue to randomly draw out the inherited skills. Qin Jun silently said in his heart. He could feel Da Ji and Hao Tianquan standing outside the door, with them protecting him. Qin Jun naturally wasn't afraid. What he needed most right now was a cultivation method. The key refining technique was a middle-grade mortal cultivation method, equivalent to the Great Road of Color Transformation. Don't look at him being able to kill monsters and do quests to level up, but he still needed a cultivation method to cultivate. Cultivation techniques that produce spiritual power are extremely important to cultivators. For example, the same as the Foundation Establishment Stage 5th stage, cultivators who possess spirit-grade cultivation techniques in terms of quantity of spiritual power are several times more than Qin Jun, even 10 times more, let alone in terms of quality of spiritual power. If it is said that the cultivation of a mortal-grade cultivation technique produces spiritual power equivalent to a wooden sword, then the cultivation of a spirit-grade cultivation technique will be an iron sword, let alone earth-grade or heaven-grade cultivation techniques. As for the higher grade, Qin Jun has only heard the system mention it. Within the Qian Yue Kingdom, there is basically no such record. Ding! Starting random skill inheritance. It must be a cultivation technique. Cultivation technique. The best is a super grade heaven grade cultivation technique or above. Ding! Congratulations to the host for drawing the unknown character's purple red thunder technique, a superior heaven grade cultivation technique. Unknown character? Meaning just the extras ah. Qin Jun's mouth twitched. However, the superior heavenly grade cultivation method was not bad. At least it was not only 100 times stronger than the key refining technique. Right at the moment he was thinking about it, the inherited memory of the purple red thunder technique immediately flooded into his mind. Compared to the 36 transformations of Heavenly Gang, it brought a much smaller feeling of discomfort, but his consciousness still fell into a void. Towards all four directions, he would not continue to arrange defenses. If someone were to sneak attack him at this moment, then he would definitely be able to easily succeed. However, fortunately, he had Daji and Haoshin Dog outside to protect him. At the same time, the Heavenly Gang 36 transformations that led to the Heavenly Tribulation began to manifest their might, and one after another, thunder dragons carrying the might of world-destroying struck down. The Zuan Ling Sect's Great Sect Protecting Formation was instantly activated, and a layer of pale light enveloped the mountains. As the thunder dragons fell into the light, they stimulated wave after wave of ripples, like a stone entering a lake.
Thank you for watching this entire video. If you find it interesting, please like, subscribe, share and watch the next part tomorrow.